Broadsword has ripped out a piece of this game's soul. The Flashpoint changes are horrible, and this is going to be my final thoughts on it. And sadly, I don't see that there's a way back after this change. Before we dive into today's, super hot topic, do me a favor, smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps this channel grow. I'm constantly going to be making content for SWTOR, and I'm going to be delving into more games in the future. So, you guys know I haven't been exactly quiet about the Flashpoint changes in SWTOR, but I wanted to really get my hands dirty, run a bunch of them without the cinematics, and truly form an opinion without just the feelings about the change itself. Well, I've done that, and my opinion is finally crystallized. First, let me say, I understand that many of you have been asking for this change. I get it. The community has been very vocal about it. But just because there are people asking for something doesn't automatically mean that it's a good decision for the game. Because honestly, the Flashpoints now feel soulless, bland, and completely devoid of character that initially created them. Well, now they're filled even more with these vapid, brain-dead idiots that want to speedrun everything, charging ahead and properly Leroy Jenkinsing all over the place, completely ignoring what anyone else wants to do because they feel justified in their speedrunning tactics. And that just really highlights the core problem of this update for me. See, the thing about SWTOR's Flashpoints from the very beginning, from jump, is that they were designed very uniquely. They were built to be the antithesis of your standard dungeons in every other MMO.
Now we're on a Republic ship here, and we're fighting an incursion from the Imperials. You're also going to see a little tiny bit of multiplayer dialogue as a bonus.
This is it, men. This is what you've been training for. The Imperials are coming, and we're not going to let them past, are we? We won't be fighting alone. We have some very experienced volunteers.
Flashpoints were different. They were places where you go as a group and you weren't just clearing trash mobs to get to a boss. You were part of a story. You were building an experience with the people you were in the Flashpoint with, making decisions, influencing outcomes, and actively engaging with the narrative as a group. That is what Flashpoints were built on. Group storytelling. It was innovative, it was fresh, and it was frankly quintessentially SWTOR. And to be fair, the solo mode's already kind of chipped away at this. By removing the need for a group from what was essentially designed as a group activity, they introduced the first crack.
We have a nice balanced group. First you see the Trooper. The Trooper's going to be acting as our main tank in this battle, keeping the focus of the main enemy. Next we have a Smuggler. The Smuggler is going to be providing a little bit of firepower from cover, kind of around the fringe of the battle. And then we have our Jedi Knight. Jedi Knight is going to be doing a lot of melee damage up close. He's going to take care of all the secondary enemies while the Trooper focuses on the main enemy. And then finally, last but not least, we have our Consular. The Consular is going to be the main healer. Her job is to keep the Trooper alive. If she makes a mistake, everybody's done for.
They had to even give you an overpowered NPC just to help you get through it, because it wasn't built for solo play. This change fundamentally changed the whole experience. And now they've gotten rid of the other part. Now the story and the group interactions are completely separate. Yes, I know, you can still walk into the phase and get the cutscenes, but let's be real. Literally, no one is ever going to do that when Group Finder exists. No one is going to take the extra steps to form a special group just to sit through the cutscenes when the main objective is simply to blast through them for the rewards. This change is stupid. They should have just legitimately stopped hiding behind what the facade that they're trying to do and just got rid of them from Veteran and Master Mode, because that would have at least been honest. Not to mention, it is an inconvenient workaround for what used to be a completely seamless experience. And again, I'm going to go back to the beginning what I said, and I know people have been asking for this, but I'm going to say it in a way that is completely unfiltered. Asking for this change is stupid. This is a story-based MMO. This is what it always has been. Going back and watching the dev diaries, you can see what the whole point of this was. Look at the videos from BioWare during the production and post-production.
the new story-driven MMO from BioWare and LucasArts.
Story with consequences.
The story that unfolds.
That broad story arc.
They all talk about how important the story was to the design philosophy of the game, and Flashpoints were included in that. The choices, the narrative, being your Star Wars story. It was at the core. Players wanting this change are essentially saying, the story is getting away of my enjoyment of the story-based MMO. This is like showing up to a hockey game and being genuinely disappointed and upset that it's a hockey game and asking to remove the hockey from the hockey game. Broadsword, in my opinion, has killed a foundational and fundamental feature of this game. And why? To appease these people that are mad at other players who don't spacebar through SLS and Black Talon quick enough? The people who don't care about working together as a group? They're only focused on spamming through everything, maximizing efficiency at the expense of everyone else's experience? I don't care if you're showing up to this game after working a long day and you only want to spend 10 minutes doing flashpoints. Guess what? Go play something else. You don't go and change the core experience of the game just because you want it to be different and you want the game to cater to you, and then get mad when people don't like the change and say let you play the way you want to play, because you literally just took away the way other people wanted to play from them. Whether they were catering to these group of players on purpose or by accident is irrelevant. They're catering to the most toxic, most obnoxious, and frankly the most douchebag players in the game. These are the players who would actively ruin the experience for others because they want to prioritize their own speed run above everyone else. And for Broadsword to cater to them, it's frankly disgraceful. It goes against the very spirit of what made Flashpoint special. With this, we lost something truly unique and special with these changes. We lost the essence of group storytelling that made SWTOR's Flashpoint stand out from everything else. And I honestly just seriously don't see a way back from this. Because once the convenience is there, no one will ever choose the more immersive path. And I guess that's what really is the saddest thing about this change. But what do you guys think? Am I completely off base, or do you agree that something vital has been completely lost from this game? And don't forget to like this video, and if you found it insightful, subscribe to my channel for more SWTOR and other gaming content. Remember, never trust a hut, always save the blue Twi'leks, retortion me, and may the Force serve you well.